The boys are back again.
It's time. It's
time. You know, again, we are not fired yet. Thank you, Lounge Room and people who support us. Mm-hmm. But, dude, I was thinking about this the other day before we get started. And I was thinking about it. It's like, once a week, it feels like I don't record forever.
Yeah.
And then Thursday comes and it's like, oh, here we go. We're good. We're good now. But we appreciate everybody that watches us live, whether is live or they are tuning in on Apple or wherever you get your podcasts. So we do appreciate that. We also ask that you guys please, right now, if you're watching live, go over to YouTube, subscribe, like it, share it with somebody. And if you're listening to this at a later time on Apple or wherever you get your podcasts, do the same thing. Go to Apple. Apple's the best spot for us because you guys can leave us a review.
Same. Yeah.
You can subscribe. You can give us a comment or two on there. Whatever you got to do. We truly want that because we know we're not any good at this.
Yeah.
We know nobody's listening and watching this shit. This is two idiots, like our first episode, two idiots talking freaking golf, bro. I mean,
make it fun for us.
Yeah.
Oh, we have plenty of fun without you guys. Hey, you're either with us or you're against us, dog. If you don't like and subscribe, I don't care.
I hope
you 3-putt every hole if you don't like and subscribe. And you will until you do.
Yeah. Brandon's good at 2-putting.
Yeah. I'm the 2-putt champion. Speaking of Brandon, what's up, Brandon?
Yeah, Brandon. I see you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I see you on here every week.
That's my boy.
How you doing, buddy? You doing good? I know you had an eventful week last week, so we'll get into that.
It was a good week.
Yeah, we are. The title of our episode is pretty cool this week. It's Wolfe versus Chambers Bay, and it's Adam versus drinking, and we'll get into that in a little bit later on. But that's the title of our episode tonight. What do you want to start with, dude? You want to go over you want to go over picks?
We could start with picks, and then we'll talk about the very eventful Chambers Bay for me.
Yeah. We'll talk a little bit about what I did too. But you're gonna lead the way on how we played. So tournament coming up. It's actually already started.
Suspended play because of weather, so they didn't finish
twice.
Yeah, they'll resume at 7:30 a.m.
That's tough, right there.
I don't like that. Yeah, because then you have to play extra holes.
Like
nobody's gonna play an Urlacher like me, but they're going to have to play more holes.
Those guys are not going to play a Golfapalooza like Brandon did, 54
hole Golfapalooza.
That's insane, by the way, still to this day. I can't remember. I will say that Brandon did play Chambers Bay, and I did not get any text message about being pissed off, so I'm kind of anxious to see what happened here. I did see videos that he sent and posted of shots. And I want to get into one of those videos too. That's going to be. I want to ask you about something. But anyway, Let's get back to the Memorial Tournament picks. So everybody's there just about, I think. And I was watching a recap because when it was in the weather delay, they put on last year's. Obviously, there was about 12 people out there watching.
Right.
But the wind was just going ape shit crazy there, man. I mean,
of course, yeah.
And I don't think it was that bad today, was it? It wasn't like last year.
No, not even close. Like the wind was not as bad, but obviously the rain.
Yeah.
And playing on a wet course is never great. But despite that, there's some good scores so far still.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
somebody was 6 under. I can't remember who it was, but
that's my boy who failed me a week ago. Colin Morikawa. You damn asshole, sir. You, sir, are an asshole, Colin Morikawa.
Is DJ playing? Because I don't know if I even saw him, or is he doing backflips again off Gretzky's yacht?
DJ is the number 1 player in the world somehow still, which I don't understand.
How? He's missed 2 cuts.
I really don't know. I don't get that. Has he won this year? Well, if Brad was here, the stats guy, we said he'll be on in a minute. He's leaving me out to dry, dude. For the first time
already.
ever. He's never let me down.
We are 5 minutes in, need a stats guy, and he's not even on the damn show yet.
Damn you, Brad. You, sir, are also an asshole.
Brad, you are getting fined.
He's not
Anyway.
here, so he is getting fined.
So, big tournament. Okay. We always do this, and it sucks, because we always pick our picks on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't look. Well, I texted you. I'm like, I'm going to have to look at the field, I guess. And I just randomly scrolled, and I picked somebody. And I picked Max Homa.
I like that pick.
I picked him for a reason, though. Max Homa, get on our damn show.
Yeah. Max Homa, sir.
Oh, here, hold on a second real quick. You are fined $100 for being late. We already needed a stat, and you weren't on yet.
He's been fined.
Yes, you've been fined.
I said you've never let me down in my life. I didn't want to start it today.
Hey, how much further? You're on mute. We can't hear you. You are on mute. We can't hear you.
You're muted up, sir.
So
there you go.
6 minutes, and already you guys have something you can't figure out.
When's the last time Dustin Johnson won?
Did Dustin Johnson win this year yet?
All right,
besides at Life, he's won at Life. He's already that's been established.
And by the way, how much further was Brandon's drive than your longest drive of your career?
It was probably a good 30 yards.
Okay, I wanted you to read.
Yeah, we didn't bring that up again. That was Adam right now.
No, we didn't.
Also, for those who listen to the show and watch, I'm really not an asshole in real life. This show brings out the worst in me. I promise. I'm really not an asshole.
He is he's a lying sack of shit.
Yeah. You, sir, are an asshole.
So anyway, I went with Max Homa on my pick because one, I thought it was a good pick, and two, we've been talking about trying to get him on our show. Brandon's trying to do his due diligence and get him on here. So
I've exchanged a few messages, but no certainty yet. So we're working on it.
Now let's go with your pick, because for some reason your guys are always doing better than my guy, and I think I think Brad's got an inside source on stats, and he tells you who to fucking pick. But
I'm usually pretty good with golf picks. We should start putting more money on these guys. But I will say this: I did want to go with Morikawa again, but he let me down, so I did not. Mm-hmm. I went with Xander when we talked this morning. I think Xander was like 4 back.
Yeah.
And Xander is now at 4 under. And they did finish, I guess. They have him finishing with a 68.
So he's 2 off.
Yeah, so 4 under. Morikawa 6 under through the day with a 66.
I don't know if
that's
what Max shoot.
Homa
I think he was 3 under.
3 under. Yeah, 69. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
So he's right there. Not looking bad. Brad, you want to put in a late entry here? On your pick for the tournament this week. For the
Morikawa still leading it?
Yes. You can't pick him, you asshole.
Take him.
Go ahead. You can pick him if you want. It'll just add.
I'm flying blind here. I'll go with Spieth.
I don't hate that. I
was going to tell him if he picked Morikawa, I'll just add to his fine.
I like Morikawa. I bet him when Brandon and I bet the Masters, he was one of the picks.
Yeah, that was a solid pick.
Yeah.
Spieth is 1 under through only 3 holes, so he's got a good chance. Because the play got suspended today.
Yeah.
So, not a bad
2016 was the last time he won.
No way.
No, he won.
He won last year.
Oh, did he?
A couple times.
He was wrong then.
Dustin Johnson.
Let me go to PGA.
You're not Zach Johnson.
Did you look up Zach Johnson?
No.
Not Zach Johnson. We
Dustin
DJ.
Johnson, the guy who's banging Gretzky's daughter. That guy.
The guy doing backflips off the yacht after he pulls out of a tournament because his back hurts. That guy.
The number one he's ever pulled out.
The number one golfer in the world that hasn't made 2 consecutive cuts. The first time that's ever happened.
I really want to know how that works, because I don't understand that. Like,
I don't either, man. It's just
how still, but
Brandon should be ranked in the world if Dustin Johnson can't do that.
Yeah, I can miss cuts, dude. We put me out there, I'm missing cuts.
Yeah. You'll take your little measly 25 grand or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might fuck around and finish like last, make a cut.
Can you give me those big checks like Happy Gilmore got? I'll take those.
Yeah. Where do I cash this? I don't know.
Can you imagine taking that thing to the bank?
Dude, didn't Happy do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, my ball marker is the big. It's like a big Ritz cracker.
No, it's
not. I swear to God, it's on Pins and Aces. Shout out Pins and Aces.
Yeah,
they better help me out there. But yeah, it's like a giant ball marker and it's a Ritz cracker. They have like a Samoa cookie as well. They're like $13.
Bro, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's got some good weight to it.
So yeah, Brandon's going with
Xander.
Going with Shoffley.
Xander Shoffley.
I'll go.
How do you guys say that? Shoffley?
Shoffley. Is he French?
No, he's American.
He's not. Yeah, he's not French. I'm going with Homa. Brad's going with Spieth.
Spieth
Homer.
/
He's going with Homer.
Yeah, he's going with Spieth Akawa.
Brad's like, I'm going to go with whoever's in the lead. Brad's like, I'm going with whoever's in the lead on 18 on Sunday.
Yeah, I will give him this. I don't think he knew the field and who was winning.
Yeah.
Because when I said Morikawa, he shook his head like yes. So if you're not watching, I think he actually wholeheartedly wanted Morikawa before he knew he was leading.
I would have bet him for sure.
Yeah, I know you like him. I do too.
I feel like he's been gaining steam like over the tournaments, though. It's like he's just getting closer and closer to the win.
He's the little engine that could.
Right.
No, he's a baller. I like him.
All right, Brandon, go ahead and get into your Chambers Bay, because this is going to take 15 minutes of Brandon talking, but I want to talk about a video I saw on Twitter. Actually, I think you sent it to me too.
Ask me the question first, and then I'll roll off of that.
Well, first of all, it looked like you were hitting your 60, and you're 6'12", 164 pounds.
Looks like a baby club in my hand.
It did. It looked like my 2-year-old granddaughter's club that she was playing with. But that shot, I'm like, where's the green? It looked like you were hitting it straight into the freaking water, dude.
Dude, downhill, side hill, probably 70-yard shot. And it stuck.
Well,
right next to the pin.
I heard you yell "oh" or something.
Yeah. Well, I had there was a twosome. My dad was with me, and then like a random twosome that we got paired up with, who were fucking hilarious. It was a husband and wife.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they went. The wife went, oh, like right when it hit by the pin. So that was probably my only birdie at that course. But
I'm pretty sure you yelled at one point. You're like, "Be the club,
be the club." Yeah. Oh yeah, it felt good, and you could tell like the contact from the video, like the way I hit the ball, took a nice little divot. I hit it really well, regardless of it looking like a little Tykes golf club.
my first club by Mattel.
Yeah, my first club, my first golf club. Chambers Bay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this before I go off.
Oh, Jesus.
What a fantastic establishment. What a course. Everywhere you are, you can feel like some history behind it. You can feel that, the 2015 US Open. It's just such a cool setup. You walk up to holes and it just feels like authentic golf. Very link style golf. Now, I think that they should change the sign from "Welcome to Chambers Bay" to "Welcome to Chambers Bay. Go fuck yourself." I think that's what they should probably do with it, because it was one of the most impossible courses to hit shots on. You're at sea level, so the ball goes nowhere. You have to club up or double club up on probably every hole. It's walking only, which again, this is no crack at the course. This is just how tough it is. I'm trying to put you guys there with me. It's all walking. It's all uphill. You're like, dude, I just walked from hole 1 to 2 uphill. Got to be some downhill. 2 to 3 uphill. 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. 7 to 8. And then you go to 9 and you're like, all right, cool. We're going to the back, right? Like it's got to be a little downhill.
No.
Nope. You keep fucking walking uphill.
Not to mention you're at sea level.
You're at sea level. So, I mean, like you're a little gassed. So you're a little gassed. You're going uphill the whole time. I looked it up so that if you look up Chambers Bay Walk, there's like an actual walking path, which is like 4 miles. Mm-hmm. The walk of Chambers Bay is 10 miles. It is a 10-mile walk of a golf course. Uphill. Straight uphill the whole way.
I'd have played about 4 holes and been rolling down in single position.
And like you don't really get like you don't think about it too much until you're walking like uphill. But once you go and hit your tee shot, you're like, okay, cool. And then you keep walking uphill, even on the holes, and you're like, what the fuck? So you got to club up because of sea level, and then you probably got to club up almost again because you're hitting everything uphill as well. Mm-hmm. There's like 2 shots that are huge drop offs, but they're still uphill, or the wind is directly in your face.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how was the wind there?
Yeah, so like. The wind was pretty rough. It was usually at you. Like, I don't think I hit a shot with the wind behind me at all. Like, I just don't, no matter which way you went, because it's kind of like, it's, it weaves in and out, through the little valley, and it's insane. Oh, yeah, there you go. Chambers Bay length, 7,585 yards.
That's it? Jesus Christ. Kidding me?
So
my home course is like 5,400.
Yeah, dude, right? Like that's, I mean, pretty standard is like 6,000. So you add another.
I think mine is about like 5,980 or something like that.
Yeah, ours is really short too, but yeah, like here. So I shot an 81.
Okay, hold on. Now stop. Don't talk. No. Pause. Time out. Brad, were you listening to him? He said, fuck that course, and it's the hardest course, and it was up.
Yeah.
Then the sumbitch shot an 81.
Well, I struck the ball really well. Like through,
I'd say that
back,
too.
The back 9. I
what
struck
else
the ball
is
really
new?
well.
Yeah, I mean.
Right. But
he
so
said
like
right.
And
he
also
said right.
No, keep in mind I'm playing with my dad, who like he lives rent-free in my head in golf. Like my dad has beat my ass at golf since I was a kid. No matter what, even when I was playing really, really well, high school, going into my college days, he could still take me. And my dad probably hasn't golfed in like 2 years. So I'm like already in my own head. I'm like, dude, I'm going to play like shit because I'm playing with my dad. And it just kind of got to me like at first, the first hole I thought was a par 4 and it was a par 5. So I parred it and I thought I bogeyed. But yeah, it was so difficult. And that's what I'm saying. Like I shot 81 and it was that tough. Like everything was uphill. Like, do you guys remember the Mike Vick experience, that commercial?
Yes.
Like they throw like a kid in the fucking, little roller. They just like let him get thrown all over the place. Like that's what it felt like. I felt like a baby deer that accidentally walked onto a shooting range. Like it was just awful. Felt like I felt like that kid that was dropped in the Cincinnati Zoo into Harambe, and they just let the ape beat the shit out of me, and they didn't take him out. Like it was just fucking impossible, dude.
Here's 2 questions for you. One, what was your GIR?
Ooh, GIR was probably GIR was probably like.
Oh God, it's taking them too long to think about this.
It wasn't great. It was
70.
Like, no way.
There's no way you were below 50.
I would say I was probably about 50, and that's what's striking the ball well. And these greens are fucking huge, right? And these greens are fucking huge, which makes it worse because the putting, everything is like a mini putt course. Like. Dude, I was looking at the cut line for the 2015 US Open. Spieth shot 5 under and birdied the last hole and won through 4 days, 5 under. So we're talking about they usually shoot 22 under, 18 under. There was the guy that finished last who made the cut, shot 21 over. Who made the cut? So finished last.
So you're feeling good then, right? With an 81.
Yeah, it's like whatever. Maybe I make the cut through 2 days. I've never played it before. I would know what to expect the next day. But yeah, so And then I'm looking and I'm like, there's no way there's harder courses than this, right? Like, there's no fucking way. And I look and Golf Digest has it as the 20th hardest course in the world.
Holy shit.
If there are 19 more courses like that, you could go fuck yourself. Like, there's no way.
Brad, pull that up. What's the hardest course?
It's got to be like Bethpage Black.
Yeah.
I would think it's got to be up there. Yeah. There's probably harder ones, but.
Brad put a good stat up for us. Adam Scott set the course record at Chambers Bay with a 64 in 2015.
Wow. And then he must have gotten destroyed.
Then he probably missed the cut because he probably shot 22 over the next day.
Right. Because if he shot 64.
I don't know what day that was, though. That could have been.
Also, I think it's a par 71.
Oh, yeah?
So I shot 10 over.
Got you.
But it was brutal, man.
Real quick, shout out to Steven. We see you on here, buddy. I appreciate you. That's my co-host and one of my probably best friends. So
thanks, Steven. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for telling us we have the best golf podcast on today. No, it's not today. It's the best golf podcast
ever.
Period.
Yeah. Since February 33rd, we've been at the top.
Here's my other question. How many times did you two-putt?
Oh, dude, I two-putt constantly. Wow. I had, I think, 2 1-putts probably the whole day. So,
God. Hold on. Okay. so I have an official handicap now, right? I have enough rounds in there. I did whatever the hell you told me to do. I went on there, registered through my. I got my GHIN. Yeah, that number.
Oh, so I get made fun of for saying GHIN. It's just GIN, I guess.
No, I'm saying
I say GHIN. It's like that. Do you say like AUX or AUX?
Yeah, I say AUX. I mean?
Yeah. Do you say VSR or VCR? Because I say VCR. So we're right. Fuck you if you say GIN. But no, you're supposed to say GIN. But so what's your official one now?
12.
That's not bad.
12. It was like 12.3 or something. It was 14, but I added a couple of rounds I played recently.
Yeah,
and I shot good those rounds. So I shot like 78 and 80 or something. So
that's good stuff.
There's a couple. It's pissed me off though. There's a couple of courses right here in town by me in Spring Hill that I can't add. It's not on the app, so it would
really?
probably. Yeah, it was making me mad because those rounds I shot good too. There, it was under. It was under what my handicap. You know what I mean? It was like I guess I'm shooting 83, 84 somewhere in there, which is probably right. I'll squeak a 79 or 78 out or something like that. But most of the time in the low to mid 80s, which to me is pretty damn good. I mean, what did we do? We come up with a stat. Brad had a stat.
Yeah, who's shot like under 80 or even breaking 90 or 80 is like you're way ahead of the rest of the golfers.
Yeah, it was like less than 5%.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, less than 5% ever break 80.
Yeah.
Dude.
But I was bragging to Steven because Steven's handicap's 30.
Oh, is it really? Holy shit.
I don't know. I'm just saying that.
Steven, take it easy, dude. Just fucking putt from the tee box.
I will say I got hardest course. There you go. Didn't they just play that? Didn't we just play that? That's the damn rough. PGA championship.
I wonder what Augusta is. Do you know if Augusta was on there? There's different lists, so I guess it's hard to say because it's kind of an opinion, right?
I will say that course is where they just played. Obviously, is tough.
Yeah.
What did Phil win at? Was it 7 under or 8 under? 6, 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was a handful of people that were under par on that.
Yeah. That's a tough course. It's not easy.
Is it because you shot a 12 at the US Open? Oh, Steven, I love you, man. 10 cup. Oh, nothing like a little 10 cup reference.
Yep, I like that.
But yeah, it's cool. I got a handicap, so I'll start inputting that. I'm hopefully can get. I'd like to be single digits by the end of the year.
Hell yeah, dude! My score does not change for some reason, and I have put in some pretty bad rounds, like for my handicap.
But you don't have a handicap.
That's mine. Mine is like plus 2.38, and it has. And I'm not that good. I swear to God, I'm not a plus golfer. Like I'm scratch or 1 or 2 over or 1 or 2 under. I'm like right in that bubble. I'm not a plus golfer, I don't think, right now, especially right now. But my score at Trump National, I think what did I shoot at Trump National, Brad? Like 3 under or 4 under, something like that. 3 under. And that shit shot my handicap. Yeah. Way, way down.
Right.
And usually I shoot like around even, or a couple under, but I'll have some big days where I'll shoot like, obviously, 81, 83. I'm usually in the 70s very consistently, but yeah, I don't know. The handicap scoring is really weird right now. It's like it's holding your best scores, and it's supposed to have an average of them, but it's like really holding the best scores. But then like Chambers Bay, I shot an 81, which is 10 over there, I think 9 or 10 over. Yeah. And it didn't touch my handicap. But also the slope at that course is insane. Like they're not going to knock you for that.
There's your slope at Chambers Bay.
Jesus Christ.
146.
Yep.
But yeah, so something else. My son went to Georgia with his fiance and her family, and they played like 4 days in a row down there. Some nice courses. I can't remember. I had him set out. I can't remember what he did, but on Memorial Day they had a 4-man scramble, and he played with his fiance. Mind you, she's 6 or 7 months pregnant. Played with her dad, and I think her grandpa. Anyway, and there was 3 different flights. So they played by handicaps, and they averaged everybody's handicap out. Well, my son's not horrible, but I mean, he's probably a 30. I mean, he's shooting 100. You know what I mean? Like, or high 90s. His girlfriend's really good. She can smash a golf ball. I mean, straight, but she's like 6 and 7 months pregnant. Oh, actually, she's more than that, probably 7 or 8 months pregnant. And her dad's really good. Her dad's about a 7 or 8 handicap. But man, they ended up winning the whole thing. They shot 58.
Right.
And they started off par.
And still shot 58?
Yes.
Nice.
That's insane. So he came home and told me, and he said that everybody in those A and B flight, even the C flights, were pissed off. They were like, you're sandbaggers and all. I'm
like, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever, dude. I don't know if they won anything for it, but I just thought it was pretty cool. 58, so that's I mean,
good number.
Yeah, that's a good number in a 4-man scramble, I think.
Speaking of scrambles, by the way, Brad, I finally won the scramble yesterday.
Nice. About time.
I know, right? But you want to, so I know that you just said that it's your daughter-in-law that hits the hell out of the ball.
Future daughter-in-law, yeah. She will.
Future daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
So this would be a good stat for Brad to look up, but I was watching the women's US Open, I believe, this morning. It was on.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, so-and-so. And I saw her swing, and I was like, that's a damn good golf swing. They're like, yeah, she hits the shit out of the ball, basically, is what they're saying. And I was like, okay, so before I say this, exactly. What is that? Like, I'm thinking like 260, 270. Yeah. It's killing the ball for a
She's probably hitting it 320.
Dude, yeah. So what would you think? Like, what do you think?
Me, I'd say like 270, 280, somewhere in there. I'd go a little higher than you.
Yeah. What about you, Brad? What do you think?
Yeah, I'd be in there too. Probably 280.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, she leads all women in driving average at 323. I was like, what the fuck is she playing the women's tees for?
Yeah.
Number one. But like, I didn't know that. And I'm not saying this as like a dickhead. Just usually like when I would watch LPGA before, like they're not hitting the ball as far, right?
Yeah.
But that is crushing the ball. 323. Dude. Like, look, I would try to look up the average women's driving on LPGA.
Yeah. So here it says while there are only 2 players averaging over 280, there are 21 with 270 plus averages, and there's 67 that are 260 or above.
Like that's good driving. Like, dude,
to me 260, and this isn't a knock on women at all. But 260 to 270 for a woman is good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, my daughter-in-law can hit it that far. I know for a fact.
So?
I know for a fact because when I play the whites or the blues, we let her play, the red tees.
Yeah.
And there's times where I'll hit one 250, 260, just smooth swing, and she's 30, 40 yards ahead of me.
Really?
Dude, I'm not kidding you. She's got a pretty – I wish my swing looked like her swing.
Yeah.
It's just natural, too, to her. Like, I pray to God that this grandbaby that's coming is athletic because my son's athletic and she's athletic, and it's a girl coming, but I don't care.
Yeah.
She's going to play golf. That's one thing I know.
Absolutely. Start them young. Put a club in their hand.
Okay, so I got a scramble on Saturday, a tournament at actually my home course, which is an advantage. I don't know if it's an advantage because I'm pretty sure everybody that's playing in this plays this course a lot. But me and my father-in-law went Saturday, I think, and just did 2-man best ball.
Nice.
And shot 8 under.
There you go. That's nothing wrong with that with 2 people. It's tough to do pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. So I'm thinking with 2 more people, Steven's playing. Steven can contribute sometimes in a drive if I try to hammer one and I'm in the woods, or he just puts it 200 down the middle. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
We can play that. This course is not real long.
Yeah.
I mean, the longest par 5 is like 45.
Having a ball in play is crucial.
Now, the guy I got coming with me too, Dalton Potts, he might be listening. I don't know. He smashes the shit out of the golf ball off the tee. He's a lefty too. And, I don't know what it is about left-hand. I don't care if it's hockey, if it's golf, if it's bowling, baseball. It doesn't matter. A left-hander is just smooth. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, there's no Jim Furyk left-handed golfer. Like, you don't see Jim Furyk swing on a left-hander.
Right.
But if he hits it right, it's in the fair. The problem with him is sometimes he's not accurate. So
right.
If you hit it 340, dude, that's awesome. But you're 340 behind a 250-year-old oak tree. I'm gonna play my 275 drive, and you know what I mean. So we're hoping that Saturday we show up, and it's for a good cause. It's just a charity thing too. So,
nice.
But yeah, I thought 8 under with me, my father-in-law. I thought, well, if we add 2 more people, we probably could have shaved 2 or 3 strokes. Hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah, but 8 under is good. Like that could hold up. I mean, probably 12, 13 under usually wins.
I told him 12. I think we need to shoot with 12. We need to shoot with 12.
12, 13 should get the job done.
But yeah, I only played once last week, and that was with him. We just wanted to play. Hopefully my wife's not listening. I'm going to try to play tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, because she has no plans, but she's going to be pissed if you golf.
Exactly. 100%. She's probably listening right now. Too.
Welcome to my life. Shout out my girlfriend. Thanks, babe. I'm golfing. I'm going golfing after this.
Oh, shit. I want to talk about this. This right here. Good little thing. Does your hand shake with a rangefinder? I'll let you start, Brandon.
There's one correct answer here, Adam, and that is yes.
It's yes. It doesn't matter.
and if it doesn't, you're a surgeon or a fucking liar, and that's it. There's 2 things. Because for me, and you and I were kind of throwing this around before the show, but anytime I pick up my rangefinder, like it's so hard for me to just shoot the flag. Like my hand is just shaking.
Oh yeah,
and that's when I just get started. Mm-hmm. And then I think you're the same way. But once I have like 3 beers,
my hands, yeah. When I have about 3 or 4 beers, it's smooth. Except for I still can't shoot the fucking flag. I'm still shaking.
Which leads me to my next question: how many surgeons are getting drunk before surgery?
Yeah,
I need to know. These are the questions I need answers to.
Mine shakes horribly for about the first 4 or 5 holes.
Yep.
And it really sucks because if I tee off early in the morning, I'm sorry. I mean, hair of the dog. I don't care. I'm not slamming freaking beers at a 8 o'clock tee time. I just can't do it.
Well, what kind of beers are you drinking?
Well, it depends. I might have sand in my vagina that day and have like a Bud Light.
Right on par with depends. Most people who can't drink in the morning wear Depends. So, but what do you know? So you
What's getting old, you son of a bitch. I get it. I get it.
What's your beer of choice? I think we talked about this kind of, or we just asked Adam Rank last week. But what's your beer of choice?
So you might think this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's Busch Light.
Really? Busch Light?
Mm-hmm.
I drink Coors Light, so like I can't really shit on anybody.
Well,
but
I do like Coors. I like Miller Lite too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like Bud Light. I mean, I'll drink it if I have to. To be honest, back in the day when I was bowling every week, we drank Bud Ice. And the only reason we drank Bud Ice is because we get a bucket. So a bucket was a 6-pack. They bring it out to our, to our lane for us. And I'm telling you, if you drink 3 Bud Ice in the matter of an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes, you're fucked up, dude. Like, you're drunk. And I'm a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 6'3", 6'4", 260 pounds. So, like, but they're potent, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and to be honest, you asked me that my beer of choice is Busch. I haven't had a Busch Light in a long time, but
you got to get back to it then.
Hold on. What Brad put up?
I like this.
You go take breath. Visual. Is that a Brandon thing?
No, that's right. Recommended ways to calm yourself on the course. Number 1, chew gum. 2, take deep breaths. 3, visualize.
Okay, so
all good things.
I don't do 1 because I put a big fat wad of Copenhagen in.
There you go. That kind of counts. I feel like that. I mean,
it does.
Yeah.
You can take the gum off. Just chew. There we go. Just chew.
Yeah.
I do take deep breaths and I do visualize, so I do that. Sometimes my thing is we've talked about this before too, Brent. I get so in my head. Like, instead of just saying, okay, I am 125 yards away, I'm grabbing my pitching wedge, I'm going to get up there and hit a smooth shot and just aim for the middle of the green. You know what I mean?
Yep.
My problem is I want to try to attack the flag and it's right front instead of just hit it in the middle. And then I'll club down or something and try to kill it. And then that's when I'm hitting a freaking blader to the right. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't top a ball very much anymore. I will blade one, like it'll be low and it'll, but I don't top balls very much anymore.
Yeah. That's my new miss now. I used to hit everything heavy when I would miss, which usually you get away with it a little bit, but I either fucking topper thin out of nowhere every once in a while now with an iron. Not really with a wedge. I've been striking my wedges really well.
Yeah.
But side note on the do your handshake with a rangefinder? Mm-hmm. Yes. I would say it's got to be like 99% of people. But with drinking beer, I think it does ease it a little bit. And Brad and I were talking about this. For anybody who listens who's in Washington, like my dad or people that might listen to it because of Chambers Bay.
Yeah.
We were talking about this beer, Rainier, from Mount Rainier. So I think Rainier beer, like I told him when I left, I was like, Rainier beer is really good. And he's like, that's a trash beer. Complete garbage. So I went to the general store. I got myself some Rainier and it was good. And then I realized that there's like 11 to 12 carbs per beer and my blood sugar was not having it. So I can't do that. That's why I like Coors and shit, because it's like 2 grams of carbs and I can drink 10 of them and not have to give myself a shot. But that Rainier beer, which I thought was still tasty, I still hold my ground on that. I think it's a good beer.
Mm-hmm.
It had a ton of carbs.
Fun fact about that beer. Have you guys ever watched the show Longmire on Netflix?
My dad watches that. He keeps telling me to watch that. He said it's a really
good show. And that dude drinks like 20 of those a day. He's like a sheriff of a small town. It's just
the Rainier beer.
Yeah,
that's dope. Okay,
it's like a gold can or something with red letter. I mean, that's what it literally is.
Big red R on it.
Because I was like, what in the hell? Do you know what Stag beer is? Have you ever had Stag?
I've heard of that.
Okay, so that was the first beer I ever had. My grandpa used to drink this shit, and I am not kidding you. It is like taking Aunt Jemima's syrup, pouring it into a bottle, and then drinking it.
Really?
It's like molasses going down.
That sounds gross.
Oh,
that sounds really
it's
thick.
Fucking disgusting. It's horrible. It's horrible. But when you're like
thick.
14 or 15 years old and you want to sneak a beer, you're like, I'll take one of those. It's like the first cigarette I ever smoked back in the day when I smoked was a freaking Vantage non-filtered cigarette. And
A Vantage? I've never even heard of that.
oh yeah, they don't. I don't even.
It
know
sounds
if they
like
still,
death.
I don't even know if they still make those. And it wasn't filtered; it was a non-filter, so it was like smoking a joint. And honest,
A joint of
FBI,
tobacco?
FBI that is integrating on our show right now. I do not do drugs.
Your FBI agent's pissed right now. he's gonna find you.
No, anyway, I like how our golf podcast went over to talking about beer, but yeah. Oh, there you go. That's good. There's your good one.
Let me say this because Brad said that Rainier is owned by Pabst. Yeah. So I was gonna say I draw the line, and then we'll move off of beer, even though it's a great thing.
We could talk. We're just gonna talk about beer.
Yeah. we'll move off of it after this. But I was gonna say I draw the line at Miller High Life, Milwaukee's Best, and Pabst. Pabst Blue Ribbon, I think, are fucking awful beers. Like, and I drink Coors, so that's
I can't drink
some preference there.
I can't drink those either. I can't.
Preference? What's that?
Preference?
That right?
Preference.
That was probably a poor choice of words.
Yeah.
Anyways, what do we got next, Adam? Before we keep talking about beer,
I don't know. We got this right here. What makes a golf course easy or hard for you?
That's what she said.
God damn.
Let's go.
We can't go one show. Let's freaking go.
I'll let you start off. We'll start with easy. What do you like if you go to a course you set up to a hole? What are things that you like on?
Oh, I can tell you. No water or sand.
Yes. Absolutely.
Wide open. The out of bounds is not, if I'm in the other fairway, I have a shot at the green still. No. I'll tell you, if it's a dog leg right, it's easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for me because I have a natural fade.
Okay. I'm the opposite.
If it's a dog leg left, I'm screwed because I still to this day when I hit a draw, I don't know how I did it or I didn't mean to do it.
Right.
So it's either straight for me,
yeah,
or it's a fade. Now there are times I do shank one. I'll get quick and pull it across my body and go left, or I open up, come over the top, or I dip and I open up my club face, so I shank it right. But if it's a dog leg left, it's tough for me, dude.
Dog leg left. So you prefer a dog leg right? Anything that opens up to the right?
Yep.
Okay. I would say that's all pretty like. I think things that make it easy, like no undulation. So you don't want it being up and down all over the place. So flat shit.
Yeah.
And call me.
I prefer not to walk
because I want wide open spaces. That's it, dude.
I prefer not to walk uphill to every hole like you did at Chambers Bay.
Yeah, you would love Chambers Bay, Adam. That's it.
First of all, I'm already pissed off at the fact you can't ride in a goddamn golf cart.
That's weird. That was weird. Like, I was not expecting that. I should have done some research there.
We'll bring that up. That's the next segment anyway. We're going to talk about golf carts. But yeah, I like wide open. I don't mind it being a little hilly. Like my father-in-law, when he was in Louisiana, is a links course, and it was just kind of all over the place. You know what I mean? And out of bounds was literally if you were in the person's backyard.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't mind that. I mean. But yeah, I'd rather it be wide open and flat. But who doesn't want a wide open and flat golf course?
And then that's the tough thing. Like with wide open and flat golf courses, usually they're fucking boring, right? Like I mean, you're not going to have a beautiful wide open flat golf course. Like it's what St. Andrews, but it's not flat. Like it's up and down all over the damn place. But it's wide the hell open. Like
look at Brad's got a dictionary out now.
That's right. That's my favorite word. Undulation.
Undulation.
I say that shit all the time. I don't know why.
It's a true story.
I think that's from my dad. My dad says that. Not like the first time I ever heard him say, I was like, all right. I'm
you not just say flat.
Yeah, flat, up and down.
Or hilly or flat.
Yeah. Vast movement in ground.
I'll tell you what, too. I don't like a slow green.
Mm.
I'd rather my greens be quicker.
Really?
Yes. I don't know why. That sounds weird, I know, but I'd rather it be quicker.
Dude,
I have a problem of being a pussfoot when it comes to on slow greens. Short. Oh yeah. I tack the pin.
Mm-hmm.
Screw a break. Fuck a break.
Yeah. Hit it right at it. No, I think for me, slower greens are easier. I mean, it depends on the green, right? Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to have to blast something like when they air raid greens and then they let them grow out afterwards and they're super long. It's not easy, but you can usually hit shit right at the hole, which is nice. Like at my home course right now, they're bare as all hell. They're just like dirt right now. Like, and usually they have great greens. I'll never knock them for that. But it's like just so dried out and dead right now, but it's also like 106 out every day. So, but usually they keep the greens good, but that's tough even when they are still quick like that. And there's nothing for it to catch on. Like you can't really spin the ball.
Yeah.
And you got to just tap it and let it ride. It's like tile.
Yeah. So. I got you, Brad. Brandon, how were the greens at Chambers?
They're insane, dude. They're like,
you said they were huge. You said the greens were huge.
They were huge, but they were like, they're either super narrow. So they're either like, they're just long as hell. Either way. So they're narrow and long, but it's either going to be width long or length. Just completely, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a big landing area like depth wise. Usually they're just long as fuck. So like you probably won't miss a green, but you have a 90-foot putt.
But were they faster?
They were fast. They were rolling at like a 15.
Jesus Christ.
I think 15 that day. So you could hit, if you're chipping around the greens, you had to hope that it would bounce right before like we're on the fringe. And even if you had backspin on it, it would hit and roll out.
So it wasn't a bump and run kind of course there.
No, not at all.
You're not taking an 8 or 7 iron and trying to do a bump and run.
No, it was very tough for chipping. And I can spin the ball really well and I can chip pretty damn well. Mm-hmm. I can really control the ball. And it was tough. And they're like, I don't know if you ever heard this, but they're like camouflage greens. Have you ever heard that? Like about Chambers Bay? So when the guys were out there for the US Open, they complained about it, that it's like impossible to read a fucking line. You just can't see where the ball is going to go. It breaks the opposite way. You could be on a downhill side hill, like where it should go right to the left, no matter what. Yeah. And the water's on your right and it will break uphill right towards the water. Uphill, right towards the water. And you're like, what the hell? And the lady that we played with, I guess she's played there a couple times. And she was like, everything breaks towards the water. I was like, all right. So once I figured that out, that's on like hole 15. Thank you very much, Amy. Appreciate it. Then it got a little easier, but no.
Not once have I ever been told that it breaks towards the water.
That's the thing out here is breaks towards the mountains for Arizona.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's like always. I think on most courses it does actually, but yeah, it breaks towards the water. I guess it's like the pull of the gravity.
Yeah.
The gravity pull takes it out towards the water, but that was interesting. And then they're camouflage, like I was saying. So they're like little, and they're in perfect condition. Like they roll perfect. They're not bouncing off of anything. It's this grass that's like a dark green and like a medium green. And they're all little like dots in the green. Super weird. And it's just so hard to like read it or see it. And there was people that were complaining in 2015 that like, this is insane. Sergio Garcia was super vocal about it. Like, I can't believe the U.S. picked this. Like, yeah. Like he was not happy.
Of course. Yeah, Sergio. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of
here. But yeah, on to the next.
Carts allowed at PGA level. I'm going to say, isn't Daly using a cart right now? I saw him using a cart, dude.
I think so. Was that like his personal cart? Or was...
I don't think so, dude. This thing was like beige with no top on. I mean, I don't. But so I did see a picture though. It was funny as shit. He had Miller High Life Tall Boys, and it was full.
Yeah, a whole cardboard box of them.
Freaking slammed with Miller High Lives. Yeah. God bless you, John Daly. I love it.
You, sir.
Dude, have you seen his son?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Dude, I think that kid's going to be better than him.
He hits the crap out of the ball too.
He does. He's like 15 hitting it 300.
Yep.
It took me till I was 30 to hit 300. Hell, I don't even hit 300 sometimes now.
It's like dunking a basketball. Like
Yeah.
either, it's going to happen at some point or it's just never going to happen.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think, you know what it would do? It'd probably speed the game up some.
So I think, the pace of play would be good. But what I thought would be cool is like, you know how there's the argument with NFL or MLB, like using steroids, like,
yeah,
don't you want to see like the best golf? Like these guys there's no way that they don't get tired, because I know that I would get tired after playing in 2-day tournaments or 4-day tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get tired.
Mm-hmm.
Come Sunday, you might know the course better and you might hit better shots. Your legs are tired.
Mm-hmm.
On that 4th day, you're dragging ass. Even the 3rd day sometimes, like I can't imagine walking 4 days straight at Chambers Bay. Like, are you kidding me? Now, like, keep in mind they have caddies, right? So they're not carrying their own bag.
Right.
But where I think it would be, that's number one. Like, I think as far as taking the level of play to the top of where it could be, the rangefinders, which we said it doesn't really matter because the caddies are so damn good. But them having carts, you have all that, you have way more energy. You can probably get through it better. You're probably going to hit better shots.
Mm-hmm.
And then also sponsorship opportunities.
Right.
Like you could drive your own car. Could you imagine like NASCAR where they bring their fucking car everywhere? They have like a trailer with it. Can you imagine like you get to bring your own cart?
Sponsors.
Yeah. Sponsors all over the thing. You got like Miller Lite shit in the rims and shit like that. Like that'd be so cool for the game.
John Daly would have 2 sponsors. It would be Miller High Life and Marlboro.
And no, was he like a big Diet Coke guy? He said he drinks
Diet
like
Coke.
30 Diet Cokes a day or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's insane, dude.
But yeah, I mean, how cool would that be, right? Like sponsors, and they bring their, like NASCAR, they bring their own golf carts and they can do little stuff to them. I think it'd be more personable. And then you could have cameras on all the carts.
Yeah.
Like it would make the game way more, you could really connect, because when they do those walking around when they're mic'd up and stuff, I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
Where you could hear the caddy and the player talking. And
I love listening to Spieth.
Oh, he's talking to the ball constantly. Dude, so much fun.
It's so much fun to listen to that guy when he's mic'd up like that.
I can't remember who played in college with him, but somebody was like, oh, you know what? It was Zalatoris.
Wilbur.
Yeah, he played next to him I don't think he played college golf with him on the same team, but they played in high school against each other constantly, and they remained good buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if Spieth isn't talking to his ball, then he's having a bad day. He's like, if you hear him talking to his ball all day, then you're in big, big trouble. Like he's doing well, which is weird. You'd think kind of the opposite, but
Brad, read your comment that you put in our private chat, man. That's pretty cool, actually. I mean, it's wild. So this guy named Casey Martin, he had like some cardiovascular disease, and he was a pro golfer. Mm-hmm. So he kind of came down on it, and he wanted to use a cart, and they said no. And he actually took the case all the way to the Supreme Court in regards to the Americans with Disabilities Act, and they allowed it. He never was really good anymore, but that's pretty crazy that it went that far. Mm-hmm.
And that they had to let him in because of the lawsuit. That's pretty crazy. Like, I wonder, I know for the Champions Tour, like the 50 and older, the senior players, they're allowed to use carts.
That's probably why John Daly's using a cart. He's on the Champions Tour. I mean,
I wonder if that translates. I would think it's 2 different tours, right? But like, I wonder if that translates. If you require one or want one on Champions Tour and you come back over to the PGA, like for majors and stuff like that, or opens, I wonder if that's still allowed. Seems like it.
There's advantages, obviously. Like you said, they don't carry their clubs. So it's not like they're putting a ton of stress on their back and their legs. Yeah, they are putting stress on that because they got to walk it the whole time. Yep. Hell, I feel bad for the caddies carrying them damn club bags. You know what I mean?
Bags. Yeah, those.
My bag is not even close to that bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my bag's a little bigger, but it's not. I don't have a caddy bag or anything like that.
Right. So But I do like the fact that I didn't think about it though. Them just being tricked out with sponsorships on there, dude. That would be like,
Lifted and all
dude,
kinds of shit.
freaking cameras all over it, and
I think that'd be cool.
yeah, I do think it would be cool. Maybe we'll see that one day. I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I'd miss
Mhm.
is like the walk up to 18 where the
Yeah.
crowds go crazy. Like the
Yeah.
authenticity of that would be hindered.
Yeah.
I think for sure.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be as cool, but
yeah,
there's a lot of positive from it too.
yeah. Here's another thing about carts Brad put up there for us. Most courses in Ireland and Scotland don't allow carts.
Yep. The link style.
Yeah.
Grass is a little more delicate.
Let's talk about this, Brandon. I'll let you start on this.
Is golf more mental or more like physical and talent? So this one's really hard. Like I go back and forth with this because I think that golf is like 70-30, and I'm saying 70% mental. Like it's very, very, it'll beat your ass. You know, it'll really knock you down. If you're having a bad day, you hit a bad shot, it spirals into the next one. It's like if anybody's ever done sales, it's like sales. You keep hearing no, and eventually you're gonna fucking give up or tap out.
Yeah.
But if you keep hearing yes, or you keep, selling shit, and you keep hearing yes all day, then it's gonna go well. So you keep hitting good shots. Balls bouncing your way, putts are going in. You're gonna have a good day. And to make up the mental aspect of it, if you don't, it's just really tough, I think. So you can have all the talent in the world or, be a physical specimen. Even like look at DeChambeau, dude's jacked, huge, does all kinds of supplements and different shit just to be bigger and better. And
can't hit a wedge.
He
can't hit a fucking wedge to save his life.
And I bet, he can hit every other shot. So I bet a lot of that is mental. He's for so long, he's been bad with the wedge in his hand. And it's like,
I'm going to go 80-20.
Okay.
Mental.
Yeah.
I think physically, I don't even think that comes into question. Now, you have a disability or something like if you know what I mean? If you were in good health.
Yeah.
Physically and in the prime, not in the prime of your life, but if you're, obviously you're not 80 years old, you're not going to be smashing it 350 down the middle of the fairway. But when I think physically, it has nothing to do with it when you're, a kid to in your 60s, even, I think. I don't think physical, Justin Thomas is a runt compared to Bryson DeChambeau, right?
Yep. And
Thomas isn't going to hit it 350. But he's going to hit it 320, and it's going to be in the middle of the fairway, and then he's going to stick a 9-iron or a wedge where DeChambeau's not.
Yep.
So I always say this about golf. I love golf. It's probably baseball was my passion growing up. That's what I played. I played basketball just to stay in shape for baseball, to be honest.
Little cardio.
Yeah. But golf to me, and this is not a knock to any other sport, golf is the hardest sport for me to play.
I agree with that. I played
because baseball for me was a physical, and you had to be more talented, I think, to play that versus golf. You can't just go out there and hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. I'm sorry. You got to be somewhat talented to do that. Now, you can get out there on a golf course and swing a club. Now, it might not be great. And I always say this to my son. I tell him, because he tries too hard. Yeah. That's his thing. Like, he just tries way too hard sometimes. And then he starts getting pissed off. And once that, like you said, once you get in your head, it takes forever to get. You can't drink enough beer sometimes to get out of that. But I do think that golf is the hardest sport to play. If you play it regularly too. I mean, even if you play it regularly or you don't, it's just more mental than. I mean, you have to have some talent. You have to have a little bit of talent to be I mean,
Little
obviously,
luck, little
I mean,
talent.
if me and you are playing, you're gonna, you're gonna kill me.
Uh-huh.
But not with my 12.5 handicap.
Right. It could even out. That's what they're there for.
Probably
right?
not going to happen. You're going to shoot 6 under.
No, but I mean, if I get in my head, right, and you're having an okay day, then I could lose. That's how the mental side of things really goes into it. Because I played.
That's a good comment, Brad. Brad put in our little private chat. It's harder the better you get. That is 100% true.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, because there's shots on top of shots on top of shots. Like it's never over. The craft continues. Like,
yes.
Okay, I might be. So say you start smashing a driver down the middle. Okay. What happens when you got to cut one left over some trees?
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to hit a draw. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to hit a fade. It never fucking stops. Mm-mm. And then once you usually figure out one thing very, very well, you lose something else because you put so much time and energy into this. Or the way that you're hitting the ball this way can't be hit this way when you have a different club.
Yeah. You need to put, is the ball in the middle of your stance? Is it in the front of your stance? Is it in the back of your stance? My problem is 30 yards and in. Do I want to bump and run? Do I want to go high?
Yeah.
Or do I want to go low and stop it? You know what I mean? Like, that's when I start thinking too much. Normally on the tee box, I get up there. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Second shot sometimes just depends on what I'm doing, but I think way too much when I'm about 30 or 40 yards in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when I start getting in my head.
The yips. That's what I was telling you. You got to, and I struggle with that too. I've been way better about it recently, but you got to pick your shot before you hit it. You can't just say, oh, I could do this or this or this, and then you just stand over the ball and just hit it.
Mm-hmm.
You're hitting a mix of 3 shots.
I'll tell you what, I quit
never
doing.
Committed to a shot.
I quit taking 2 clubs.
Yep. Pick one.
Because I always I'll take my putter with me, obviously, when we're close to the green, but I'll quit taking I'll quit taking a 56 and a pitching wedge or an 8 iron or something like that. I used to always take 2 clubs, and now it's like I look at it from the cart, I'm like, I'm going high, so I'll take a 56 and I'll put it in the front of my stance or something. You know what I mean? So
mentally that gives you more to think about and more to to fuck up your shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta. Should I hit this or this? Okay, well, if I hit this, I got to hit it this hard. My golf coach has given me, he said, always hit to the correct shot. Hit it as if you are going to hit the perfect shot.
Yeah. Because
there's nothing worse than hitting the club that you took perfectly and being deep.
Being wrong.
Yeah, like that just fucking sucks. Like, oh, I just striped this right down the middle at the pin and I'm 10 yards off the green. Like, you got to hit the club that you're supposed to hit right there. You got to play to you hitting the right shot.
Brad's got a question for you.
What's that?
So I remember asking you this one day on the course, and just off the cuff, you answered, and I was kind of blown away. I asked you how many different ways you hit your 60 degree.
Oh shit! Yeah, there's a bag of different. Yeah, like I have what I call. I don't know if this is exactly what I told you, but I have stock shots, right? Like, it's a stock bump and run. This is a stock bobble check. This is a stock flop. This is I'm playing it forward. I'm gonna let it run and release. I'm gonna play it forward. I'm gonna let it run and check. Like, I could probably hit 25, 30 different shots with my 60. And it's all, I mean, you got to pick one. And that's where I would run into it because like we were talking about, the more you learn, the more you know how to hit it, the more you have to think about it and make that decision. And it gets so much tougher. But
how many shots I have with a 60? How many shots I have with a 60? 2. Am I going high or low?
Yeah. That's a big. I
have gotten better though with being able
I think your chipping has gotten way better for right around the green. That
the
hinge.
Yeah.
For Brad.
Yeah, it helps. I mean, it's a hard club to hit because it's such it's the risk reward. Like if you miss it, you get really punished for it.
Yeah.
Then off the green. I love that shit. What were you saying, Adam? I'm sorry.
I just want to hit my 7 iron all day long. That's all I want to do. Hit my 7 iron.
My 8 iron used to be that club for me.
Yeah, that's all I want to do. Hit a 7 iron. I will say though, I know we talked about that before. I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask Brad though. Do you use hybrid irons? Or you still use like a 3, 4, or 5 flat?
So no hybrids. I tried to reduce the number of different because I'm really new to golf. So I tried to reduce the number of different clubs I had in my bag and just and there was a point where for about 3 months I didn't even hit my driver. I just hit my irons. I was like, I need to figure at least one thing out.
Right. So I went to hybrids like 4 or 5 years ago. So I have a 4.56 hybrid. And I don't even have a 4.56 iron anymore. 0. It's not even in the bag.
You can hit it better. Why not?
That's it. And that's mental. This goes back to mental. This is what I was getting at. Because I should be able to hit a 5 iron like I can hit a 5 hybrid. No doubt. It should happen. I don't know if it's just me looking down at that club and seeing a little bit of, you know what I mean?
More club to it. Yeah, it looks a little
like,
bigger. Feels more like a driver where you can swing and hit it wherever. Yeah.
But I'm so used to those that if I tried to go and use a 4 or 5 iron again, I would get the yips, dude. I know I would. Oh, 100% yip. Oh, I'd be yipping. I'd get a 12 at the U.S. Open, like Kevin Costner.
Give me another one.
Yeah. I can't believe you have 20 different shots on a freaking 60-degree whip, though. That's insane.
I think Brad's probably seen me hit the majority. I mean, there's so many different ones that I could hit because there's a flight. I've hit that flighted wedge shot. I mean, there's just endless possibilities with that club with a 60.
Well, and we get unlimited practice on the course that we're on. I mean, that's always your second shot unless you're on the green like Brandon.
Yes. Or else, you miss a little bit and then you gotta chip one up.
Unless your GIR is 85% like Brandon's is. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do this, man. Let's go over public versus private courses, the good and the bad. So there's only a handful of private courses that I've even played around here. So most everything up here is public courses.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say if there's a good or a bad. I mean, it's shit in one hand, piss in the other for me. I just want to fucking play golf, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, tell me what the rules are, and I'm just gonna go play.
Tell me where the hole is.
Yep. Where's the tee box?
Yep.
Are the whites too far from? Are the blues too far for me to play? Good. Right. I'm playing the whites, and let me go. So I know you're gonna have way different opinion than me on this, but I mean, to be honest, you're a little more serious. I mean, I'm serious when I play, but you're like an everyday guy. You know what I mean? Like you're. To me, it's I just want to get out there, have fun, drink some beer, and beat whoever I'm playing.
Yep. Yeah.
But what's your thoughts?
I mean, I have a mixed bag because I've been on both sides of it. So, like at the Gallery Golf Club out in Dove Mountain in Arizona, that was a private course, and I loved that because you can go play a top 100 course and play 36 holes and never see anybody. And there's two different 18s.
Yeah.
So like, that's cool. I will say so our course right now, like the one that Brad and I are both members at, we could, if that place was private, it would be pretty fucking cool. Because there's so many damn people that go out there now. It's just packed. Like today was the first time I played 18 in 2 hours and like 15 minutes today. That was first time that I have not ran into Bush and I went out that I have not ran into anybody in like a year. It's been so nuts where we're at. So there's good and bad with both. Like, but I will say this too. If our home course right now was private, I wouldn't have met a bunch of people that I've met that are not members. So I like the public aspect of it to meet more people. I think if you have a private course and you charge enough, if you have a public course that's really cool and you charge enough, you're going to kind of you'll weed out the people who shouldn't be there, shouldn't be on the course, or
Right.
So there's that aspect to it. So I like, if you have a public course and you charge a lot because it's a nice public course, I like that. But I'm okay with I wish that would be the approach, right? I wish that if you have a really, really nice public course, protect it, charge a good amount. And if you have a private course, it's kind of, it's cool only if you're a member and you can afford crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Like where we were members at the gallery, there is I would have to, it would be a long time until I could afford playing at a course like that or being a member at a course like that. We're talking 6 figures to be a member at a place like that.
That's my thing on that too. I don't care to spend money to go play golf. If it's a nice course and they're going to charge me $100 to play, you know what I mean? Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'll pay that.
Yeah.
So I don't, but your thoughts. Yeah. I got something. So where you guys are at in Arizona, can you play all year long?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we ever had a day all last year that we we played in the rain. Yeah. It rains for
I'm just talking weather-wise as far as temperature. It doesn't get
no.
You know what I mean? Down here in Tennessee, it gets to 0.
I think 45 is the coldest it got. And it was the sun was out, so it felt 60, 55.
Right. So that's the disadvantage for me up here, or down here or over here, I guess. Over and down here is, from probably November to November through February, even March sometimes everything's dormant, you know what I mean? So I get 4 or 5 months where I can't play at all.
Right.
And that's usually
when you come out here and visit us.
Yeah, I'll just come live with you guys for 5 months out of the year.
There you go. Yeah, we'll set you up.
Yeah. I'm made of money, Brandon,
Yeah, there you go. Brad lives on the golf course.
You son of a bitch.
Brad lives 0.6 miles away from me, and he's on the golf course, and I'm not. So Brad's house is also 3 times the size of mine, I think.
So Brad, you got an extra room for me when I come up there?
Always, Adam. Whenever you want to come.
Okay.
That's what she said.
You paying? God, we couldn't make it one show without having at least 1 or 2. That's what she said. Slogans in there.
Had to throw it in there.
Yeah. What else we got, dude? We're at an hour and 15 minutes on our show. Which is crazy. I don't ever see that. Do you want to talk about your match play versus stroke play?
So if you're playing with your buddies and you have a few people that are much better than you, or you just want to even shit out, go match play.
Yeah.
Don't go handicaps and stuff. Match play is so much more fun.
Yeah.
And I say that as on my side of it, it's fun for everybody, and it should be on the other person's side too, because if I'm playing against some people, I have to give fucking 20 strokes.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to really if you're
seriously, for me, you're right. My handicap's a 12 or 12 and a half. If I'm playing you, oh Lord, Brad's laughing and he's put something in the chat, but what do you say? I like left, right, XD. What?
Oh, left, right is cool. I do like that. I have a game. Yeah. Have you ever heard of
what is this? Go ahead and explain this before I get into my.
Yeah. Do yours first, and then we'll talk about left, right.
Okay.
We'll keep people waiting. We'll keep them hanging.
Brad's done made me lose my freaking train of thought. But no, what I was going to say was if I'm a 12 and a half, and we were talking, you're a scratch golfer. But if I'm playing good and you see that I'm playing good and I've got 12 strokes on, to start the day, it might, I don't like that. I hate playing like that.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like that tournament my son played in when they took everybody's handicap, right? And averaged it out. My son's, I guarantee you he's a 30, but there's times where he's a 12, like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd rather I don't know, man. I hate playing with handicaps. It's so dumb.
I played with two of my good buddies, Barry and Craig. Super cool guys. They're both members at our course too. And they're like, I think at the time I was like a 2 handicap or something like that. And they're like 23 and 22, and we're playing on a fucking executive course. And I had to birdie every hole. I would have to birdie to win. And if they parred, I still tied them or lost. And that's where it just becomes ridiculous. Like, like, come on. Like I actually birdied. I think I birdied like 3 or 4 different holes and didn't win any of those holes.
It's probably because you 2-putted.
Probably put one on and 2-putted.
Yeah.
Bush actually put one on today and 3-putted for Eagle. He 3-putted and he ended up with a bogey.
Attaboy.
He was happy about that.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, a par. He 3-putt.
Okay, get to your game here. What's your left-right game here that you play? I might have heard.
Yeah. Left-right is for the boys. That's number 1. Number 2, if you have a foursome, and I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about on the golf course. Let's not get crazy here, guys.
Easy.
If you have
we've had a few beers, we get it. But.
Yeah. Whoa. All right. Yeah, a foursome on the golf course. Everybody off the tee hits the ball. Here we go. So everybody with me still? We hit the ball off the tee.
My God,
the two people on the most.
Hold on, you tee off from a tee box, right? That's what happens. Okay.
Yeah. You take a regulation ball, you're gonna hit it.
Okay. Yeah.
When you hit the ball, so whoever are the 2 most left and 2 most right from if you drew a straight line on the tee box or on the hole. Right. So 2 most left, 2 most right, you're on a team. So the most possible points is 2 for anybody on a hole. So say that myself and Adam hit right, Brad's on the left. Say Adam and I get a par, Brad and his teammate get a birdie, and you're playing your own ball. You're not. It's
right.
And say Brad birdies, he gets a point for lowest score on the hole, and then he gets a point for the team win for the birdie. But say like he birdied and his teammate parred, so it's a collective score.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's team total. So a collective score is 1 point, and then whoever has the lowest score on the hole gets a point. So even if you lose and you had the lowest score, you still get a point. So you can still get a point if you lose the hole, but you birdie and the other 2 parred.
I like it.
It makes it a lot more fun, like because it's every skill level, right?
Right.
Like, I mean, is there times where maybe I hit the ball a little left and Brad puts one on the left side on purpose? Maybe. But I mean, like, there's still that. But if you're just playing off the tee normal, like if you can't really control the ball that well, like most people, even myself, like it's not like I can just fucking put it wherever I want all the time, or else I'd be on the PGA Tour right now. But
he would not be doing the 19th green podcast.
I still would. I would still do it. I still like it. No, but that's fun. I mean, it expands everything for everybody. It gives more people, opportunity to win holes and makes it more competitive. You got to putt out shit. You're not picking stuff up. It's a lot of fun.
Dude, that was fun tonight. We're done. An hour and 18 minutes. That's the longest episode I think we've ever had.
Are we still live?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're still live.
Okay, good. All right. I got one more thing for you after.
We always have bullet points, and I talk about this with Steven on my other podcast, and then my Bama Lounge podcast is going to be starting up soon again too. We have bullet points, and then for some reason we go off on tangents about something totally off topic of what we were wanting to talk about. Yeah. Like our podcast on golf should be like 45 minutes, but we always add you would think. And then we add 35 minutes of stats from Brad and comments from Brad. And then Brandon has to throw some funky shit inside there. And then I'm like a moron. So I talk idiotic stuff. But go ahead. I was going to end our show, but you want to talk about something else. Go ahead. I'm game.
I will leave the boys and the people with this. A wise man once said, "You don't play enough to be mad about how you play." So for my beginner golfers out there, people just getting started, people who play once, twice a month, and you're fucking pissed off when you hit a shot, stop it.
Yeah.
If you're somebody like myself, you play
daily.
4 or 5 times, 6 times a week, it's okay to be mad. If you put in the work and you practice, it's okay to be mad.
Yeah.
If you go out there and you never play, and then you hit a bad shot and you're pissed off and you're throwing clubs, stop it. Get some help. So that's it. Just have fun and go out there. For my new golfers who listen to the show, just go hit some balls, drink some beers, hang out with your buddies. Yeah. The more you play, it'll get a little easier, and then it'll get really hard again. But yeah, I love that. I love that comment. Or that quote. You don't play enough to be mad about how you play. I really, really love that. I think it's a good thing for everybody.
Yeah. Well, again, we appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight live. It's awesome that you guys actually want to watch us and hear us talk shit about golf. We ask you guys please subscribe, share it, review it, follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter page is the 19th Green Pod. I am Adam Raymer11. Brandon is at What's Wolf, Wolf with an E. And then we need to get Brad's thing on our ticker on here. We need to put
Brad's going to get started up with the social media.
Yeah, and Brad needs to get us some shit going on our Twitter page, man. That's
the twits. He's been busy. Twits. That boy's shrimping.
Oh God.
He's in Washington again, shrimping.
It's okay, Brad. Don't worry about our little measly once a week podcast.
Always be here for you. Don't worry.
No, but we do appreciate everybody. Go follow us. We got Facebook pages. We got Twitter pages. Just search the 19th Green Podcast. You'll find us somewhere. And if you need to know how to hit shots, don't DM me, DM Brandon, because I'm not going to tell you what to do.
I'll try to walk you through.
The man has 25 shots on a 60-degree wedge. So I'm pretty sure he can tell you,
point you in the right direction at least.
He might be able to do that. We will be back next week. I'm guessing Thursday, unless Brandon's going to be out of town again playing some fucking PGA course. Are we going to be on Thursday next week?
Thursday next week. Scramble on Wednesday. Brad, you going to be back for the scramble?
Nope.
Where are you going to be?
Shrimping.
Are you
really in Washington?
No way. Okay. You going to try and play Chambers Bay while you're there or what?
I might. We'll see. I'll play something.
You got to let us know.
Hey,
also,
Brad,
I think it's like
Brad, can you not be late?
Some dollars there at Chambers Bay.
Can you not be late next week though?
I was like 6 minutes late.
I don't care. $50 fine. I reduced it from 100.
Early is on time, Brad.
This is the longest outro in history. We appreciate you guys. We will see you guys next Thursday, probably 7 Central. So again, we appreciate you. Go subscribe, unsubscribe, and subscribe again. We'll see you guys next week.